Hey, I'm Noah Gray. I'm from Miami, Florida, but I'm speaking to you from Washington, D.C.
Noah Gray has a passion for politics and for filmmaking. 2 years ago, he produced Virgin Voters to inspire first-time voters to go to the polls.
We first introduced you to Noah Gray in the fall when he made it his mission to talk to young people about voting in the presidential election. Just 16 years of age, Noah focused on first-time or virgin voters.
Now, very few have their pulse on the youth vote as closely as our Noah Gray, who founded the Virgin Voting Project before he was old enough even to vote.
We've decided to check with an 18-year-old student/correspondent who we think is pretty good at doing this kind of thing.
Noah Gray, the producer of Virgin Voting, joins me now from the CNN Grill in Charlotte. Good morning, Noah.
Good morning, Carol. Nice to see you.
Maybe you can describe the problem that others are reporting.
Yeah, absolutely. If you look right here on the phone, the antenna is all the way around this piece of metal, all the way around the phone. And it's been reported that people are having problems with reception.
He's a high school senior. He's at Tropical Park. You hear all the commotion. What is going on behind you? It sounds very noisy there, Noah. What's going on?
Absolutely, Rick. It is crazy out here. If you look over here, there are teachers, probably 800 to 1,000, I'd say, right now. So we might see an increased turnout for John Huntsman tomorrow. I think that would be interesting to see what happens.
You actually had a chance to speak with his daughters.
I did. I caught up with them at the last CNN debate. I asked them about what their father would do to make a college education more affordable. Let's take a listen.
I think it's much bigger than that. I don't think there's one thing you can do to make it more affordable. I think you need to see a turnaround with the economy.
Nice get there, Noah, as we like to say, talking to them.
In 2008, it was the war, the economy, and healthcare. Right now, it's mainly the economy, making college education more affordable and getting jobs, coming out of college with jobs. Our unemployment rate, young people make up the largest group within the United States that are without a job. So, in speaking to some young people, I found out that they want to come out of college. They want to not owe so much money when they come out of college, but also they want a good job when they get out of college.
I caught up with Florida Governor Charlie Crist last week when he visited a local middle school, and then I spoke with some young people to see what they thought about Charlie Crist.
I don't know that much about him. But
I think he's been a pretty good governor.
I felt like he was like any other politician.
I think he's Republican. I'm not sure.
First, I want to ask you, in President Obama's State of the Union address recently, he encouraged the next generation to become teachers. Why should young people get into the education system with all of these problems and all of these budget cuts right now?
That's a great question, and I think it's a hard one to answer given the culture that we've created in the teaching profession.
President Obama brought young people out to the polls in record numbers in 2008 when he campaigned on hope and change.
Right.
Are you at all concerned that these young people won't show up in full force as they did in 2008?
Well, we aren't taking anything for granted, but we definitely have seen enthusiasm from young people, continued sustained enthusiasm.
Governor, we heard a lot about young people in this debate. Why should young people be involved in the political process, and what is the Perry campaign going to be doing to engage these young Americans and get them to the polls?
Look, young Americans have more at stake in this election than anybody else for at least two reasons, or as much as anybody else in this election for at least two reasons.
So, speaking of sense of humor, some people say your 999 plan sounds like a pizza deal. What do you have to say about that?
It's not a pizza deal. It's one of the most. Watch out! It's the plan is a very serious plan. It's not a 999 pizza plan.
I'm Noah Gray at American University, where students just wrapped up their counter demonstration to the Westboro Baptist Church. I spoke with several students as well as members of the church. Coming up tomorrow online, just make sure you log on to ngnews.com.
What's going on?
Anderson, thanks very much. As you can see, I'm over here at the Magic Wall. We got a lot of information coming in. We have our electoral map over here. 270 electoral votes is what it takes to become the president. I want to show you some of this voter analysis that we have here in the election center. We are keeping a close eye on the clock and on the battlegrounds of Iowa and Nevada. Republicans won Nevada in 8 of the last 11 elections. It went for President Obama 4 years ago. We're watching every state and every vote very closely. Our John King, he's over at the Magic Wall. John, what do you have? This could kind of be a preview of how the state will vote. We can make some projections right now. We at CNN can project that the Democrats will keep the Senate. CNN can project that President Obama will win these states. He will win Connecticut. he will win the District of Columbia, and he will win Delaware. Let's take a look at voters by age. Who do they support? I want to welcome our viewers in the United States and around the world. I'm Noah Gray. We're only moments away from tonight's biggest wave of poll closings, a whopping 16 states and the District of Columbia, shown here in gold. Candy Crowley is in Boston with the Romney campaign. Jessica Yellen is in Chicago with the Obama campaign. Candy, what's the mood like right now? We've called some states, but we haven't called some. One of the states we haven't called yet is Wisconsin, a very, very important swing state. What's going on in Wisconsin? Why haven't we called this state yet? That's going to be where the president's going to get some support. He's also getting some support over here near Augusta, towards Savannah, and then Columbus. So right over there, these little pocket gaps, but it doesn't look like the president's going to be able to win this state. Stay with us. We'll be able to bring you that information as soon as we get it. You're watching CNN. Why Colorado? Why is Colorado so important? A key swing state that went blue for Barack Obama in 2008. Will it go blue again or will it go red? Let's show you why he needed that game changer. Coming over here to the electoral projection. What's yellow are states that are up for grabs. Barack Obama currently we're projecting 237 electoral votes. Romney with 191. It's all about the race to 270. Wolf, as you know, 270 is what he needs to win. I'm Noah Gray at the CNN World Headquarters in Atlanta. Here are the headlines for this hour. U.S. troops in Afghanistan have suffered their deadliest single incident since the war began. 30 American troops died early today when their helicopter crashed during a mission in Wardak. More news at the top of the hour. You're watching CNN, the most trusted name in news.
Have you heard?
The R word is out.
It used to be that you could call a person retarded
If they were slow.
Or acted dumb.
Or stupid. Or if they were born with Down syndrome.
Or anything else that made them appear to be different.
But the R word shows lack of sensitivity.
Or compassion. Or understanding.
It hurts.
It's insulting.
It's offensive.
And people with intellectual disabilities
can accomplish great things.
We need a new R word.
Respect.
Spread the word to end the word. Take the pledge at rword.org. So what brings you here today?
I'm trying to raise awareness about how women in law enforcement are treated in the workplace in this nation.
Each one with a different cause.
I pray peace for the world.
For the world. And some with multiple causes.
And I'm demonstrating over Middle East policy and for animal rights.
We petitioned the Honorable Barack Obama, President of the United States.
In front of the White House since 1981, maintaining an anti-nuclear peace vision.
So how long are you going to stay here? I mean, is it going to be
as long as I take it.
Your whole life?
My life is already here, 29 years.
But whatever it takes, it is our right to stand up and speak out for what we believe in that makes our country great. I'm Noah Gray here in front of the White House. It's a little after midnight on Monday morning. Thousands of people are gathering here to celebrate the capture and the death of Osama bin Laden. I'm going to get in there and see what some of the people here have to say for themselves. By bus, bike, foot, cab, and car, thousands of D.C. college students flocked to the White House after hearing that Osama bin Laden had been killed. Protesters across the street from the cathedral chanting, "Dalai Lama, stop lying," and asking for religious freedom. They're not very happy with the Dalai Lama.
He has unilaterally imposed a religious ban on a centuries-old practice known as Dorji Shugden. We're here as Dorji Shugden practitioners asking the Dalai Lama to lift the ban and give people religious freedom.
On the other side of the street, followers of the Dalai Lama rallied to show their support and love for their religious leader.
The Tibetan community is gathered here to celebrate a very successful 2-week visit by His Holiness the Dalai Lama to the United States.
They believe the protesters represent a divisive force in Buddhism.
These people, if they really want to follow Tibetan Buddhism, they should follow it purely.
Snow crews deployed in full force Monday after snowstorm Titan pummels the D.C. area with sleet and snow. Icy roads causing closures all around, the federal government and American University closing down, most people getting the day off. But not this man who works at CVS and also does snow removal. Not all was powder though, dangerous patches of ice all over causing life-threatening injuries. A According to a spokesperson from the U.S. Park Police, one man transported by helicopter after slipping and falling on the ice. While some like the snow, many told me that they hoped this would be the last storm of the winter, and only a couple more weeks to find out. In Washington, I'm Noah Gray.
Road and Randolph Road, an injured person. Ambulance 721 respond, box area 21-3-2316.
My name is David Paddock. I'm a volunteer EMT and a paramedic candidate with the Glen Echo Fire Department. We are a combined volunteer and career fire department, which means we have both volunteer members and career firefighters staffing our units 24 hours a day. I am certified as both an emergency medical technician and an ambulance driver. Generally, I drive, so I check out all the mechanical systems on the ambulance. I'm sure I've missed out on a decent amount of parties, but time spent here has definitely been time well spent.